All right, welcome back. Dr. Erickson here, EHS Physical Therapy, Chiropractic. So if you've really torn your hamstring, so pretty common thing with runners, especially if you had more of an explosive type sport, sprinting, football, soccer, but you can happen, even just long distance runners, that it can happen. So when it happens, it usually happens either up by the origin of the muscle on that bone that you sit on, throughout the muscle belly, or where it turns from what's called the musculotendinous juncture, where it turns from muscle into tendon as it attaches in the knee. So when it happens, you usually know it happens. You're running along, and it's an instant pain. There could be some bruising, some swelling. There's definitely going to be a loss of function. You're not going to be able to, you're not going to feel very strong with the way it moves. So the first thing we would do, stick with the ice right away, normally, because it's going to help kind of calm that inflammation. And then easy movement. So I'd go first with like a light, I'm just going to use a strap, and just lightly work into getting that thing, so lengthen that hamstring tendon, lengthen it, and then take it away. So this is just to kind of help bring that into a little bit of tension. You can either start with 90 here and then just actively extend the knee, or you can start down here and then come up, and it's going to hurt every time. You want to increase the pain a little bit. You want to feel that tension or pulling sensation, like ouch, 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 and then take it away. And it should be no worse. It's going to calm right back down. So up and then back down. So start that one. Then I'd come up to sitting. Sit tall, because you want, if you take away that hip by slouching, it's not as much tension. If you sit tall and get a little bit of extension through the lumbar spine, then when you actively straighten that knee out, you'll feel that tension behind the knee, and you want to feel that pull of that tension. So then actively kick the leg out to lengthen that muscle. All right, because the hamstring muscle does two things. Its primary purposes are to actively flex the knee or to actively extend the hip. It does that too. So we're going to have to use those in a different way. So that one, and then I take probably a band of some kind, something light. You're going to have somebody on the end over there to like hold out that way. Can you hold that still, Jake? And get a so here. And then you'll just lightly pull back, but then slow on the way back out. Really concentrate on that eccentric on the way back out. So pull in, and then slow on the way back out. And you can even use your other foot to kind of help pull it in. I'm not concerned with that one. It's the lengthening under tension or under load is what will help that hamstring tendon heal really well. Okay, like that. Okay, remember this is just the initial movements. Get further along in the healing process, you're going to need to do more dynamic things and add more weight, because the hamstring needs to be able to adapt to and be able to tolerate those higher loads like running and sprinting. This is just the initial week or two of things after the injury. The other one would be some kind of probably like a suspension or an assisted squat, so that you can use your arms to help you. So if I come down and get a little bit this way and then come back up, I can use my arms to help me. I can even put more weight on my good leg, like 60-40 or 70-30. So a little bit here and then back up. And I'm using my arms to help pull myself up, so it's even easier than just even doing an air squat with just my legs. My arms are helping me, okay? On the way up, get a little bit of hip extension on the way up to get that thing going. Okay, last one will be probably the hardest, but it's the most important to learn properly, is that eccentric kind of hip hinging. So we're keeping the knees straight, and then we're going to let this pipe or this PVC pipe just slide down the thighs. But I'm going to stay tall in the chest and my back in neutral. I'm not going to round this way or you won't feel it. You got to stay tall through here, and then as this just slide down, you'll feel that tension build in the back of the hamstring. Ouch, 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 and then come back out of it, okay? So slow on the eccentric, slow, slow, slow. Notice how everything is straight through here, and it's not rounded. You won't feel it. It won't be effective if you're rounded. You've got to hip hinge properly and really feel like you're getting a stretch or a strain in the back of those hamstring muscles, and then come back up. Okay, sets of probably 10, 12 reps, lightly, go a little bit further each one. You get those, hit those 5 things a couple times a day. Like I said, sets of probably 12 to 15 reps, somewhere in there. Monitor your symptoms. If you can still walk afterwards, you're not worse overall. It's okay to increase a little bit of pain that's already there or produce a little bit of pain that wasn't there while you're doing the movement, as long as within minutes afterwards, no worse. But if you do too many of them, you can make this a little bit worse. So it's a fine line. We have to do enough to create scar tissue formation and healing in the musculoskeletal or not contractile tissue, but not so much that we re-irritate it. It gets swollen, it gets angry. We can't sleep at night because it's so painful. That'd be too much. So try to walk that fine line.